Hey guys, Kelly here and welcome to my first ever Plan With Me video. I have been waiting for so long to do this, and by do this I mean this video and jumping into the world of bullet journaling. I kind of fell down the rabbit hole of Plan With Me videos in November and have been obsessing about all of these things ever since. I knew it would be such a fun experiment for me to kind of jump in and try bullet journaling. I'd seen stuff on it before, but I'd been a little bit nervous because I'm not that artistic, as I'm sure you guys are about to find out. But as 2018 was approaching and life was just getting more and more crazy, and I was getting a little bored with my current planning and productivity system, I figured this was going to be as good a time as any to jump in and try something new. Since I first stumbled on the idea of bullet journaling, I have spent countless hours watching other people plan their journals and kind of do the Plan With Me videos, and I've been through so many different Pinterest pages and Instagram posts just looking for ideas and trying to figure out what was going to work for me. I kind of have a game plan now and I'm so ready to jump in. It didn't really make sense for me to start things off kind of near the end of 2017. There was so much life stuff going on. I just moved, I had a bunch of work things going, and I really just needed to kind of finish things off on my current productivity system, get that all behind me, and then jump in with something new in the new year. I'm sure you guys will hear me talk about this a lot, but I am obsessed with New Year's Day, New Year's Eve, all of the fresh beginnings that a new year brings, so it just seemed like such a cool time to try out bullet journaling because I think this is going to change the way I do a lot of things in the new year, and I couldn't be more excited. So here you can see me jumping in with my first ever bullet journal page. This is my 2018 title page. I went with a super simple plan here because, like I said, I am not artistic at all. I can't draw, my handwriting is terrible, but that is something that I'm hoping bullet journaling will help me improve on over the course of the next few months. When it came to doing my title page, all I really knew for sure is that I wanted to do something colorful, something not too specific in terms of theme, and something I couldn't screw up. So I am just going through here with the Crayola Super Tips markers and a ruler and just making this page as colorful as it possibly can be. I did manage to screw up at least a line or two a little bit, but I'm sure you guys are about to learn that I am useless at all things artistic. I cannot even draw a straight line with the help of a ruler, but I am hoping to get better, so hopefully you guys will stick around with me and kind of see how that journey goes over the coming months and years and who knows how long. Next up is my year at a glance, just kind of a quick rundown of where all the days of 2018 are going to fall in terms of Monday through Sunday and all of that fun stuff. It's something I plan to use a lot. I know it is kind of a standard second page for a new year, new bullet journal and all of that, but it's something I am so going to be relying on because I spend so much time backtracking to Google Calendar just to figure out what day of the week things fall on, or to remind myself just kind of what the month actually looks like, because I always have posting schedules to deal with and all of that, so this is going to be super helpful. I did do each month in a different color because I'm kind of playing with the idea of doing a yearly color coding by month, so I wanted to have everything a little bit different in case I do want to jump in and do that a little later. As I'm going through and finishing up these pages, I should probably mention that the bullet journal I decided to use was the Leuchtturm 1917. As I was obsessing about jumping into bullet journaling and kind of getting the move behind me, I went a little bit crazy on Black Friday and bought 3 bullet journals because so many of them were on sale. I got 2 of the 1917 and 1 Scribbles That Matter, and I'm still not totally sure what I'm going to be doing with the other 2. I have a pretty good idea for one, and then the other one will probably end up being a backup, but I'm excited to try a couple of different options and see which one is going to be the best long-term option for me, because they're all so pretty and I want to use them, and I feel like I'm just going to be writing in these things all the time, so I will probably get to a 3rd journal by the end of the year, if not before then. At this point, what I have in terms of supplies are still pretty limited, although I am hoping to get a few things for Christmas. I did have a pretty awesome pen collection before this. I invested in the Crayola markers because they were pretty inexpensive. I got a few stencils, and that is pretty much it at this point. I do wish I'd invested in some sort of whiteout, or basically anything that would help me do corrections when I inevitably make mistakes in my bullet journal, like adding an extra day to the end of February, but I'm sure I'll be able to go back and fix all of that a little later on. So at this point, this channel is not really going to be all that much about having all of the fanciest bullet journaling supplies and the greatest handwriting techniques and lettering styles, because that is just not where I am at yet, but I really hope to get there. I hope you guys will stick with me and just kind of explore this bullet journaling adventure. I am hoping to try a couple of new things that I haven't seen anywhere yet, and I'm just so excited to finally dive into this world because I think it's going to be my new favorite thing. I was pretty lucky when I decided I wanted to attempt a plan with me video that I'm already pretty familiar with filming things and video editing, although I did manage to screw something up, so there are going to be a couple places coming up where you're not actually going to get to see me write out the different pages, so we'll just kind of jump ahead, which is probably for the best because I'm already doubting how long I could talk through these videos. So over here you will see my future log, which I just kept super simple. And then I wanted to do a year in pixels to kind of keep track of my mood throughout the course of 2018, so I can kind of look back and see how the year felt for me overall. Neither one of those pages turned out exactly how I wanted them to. They don't look nearly as nice as some of the ones I've seen elsewhere, but I'm still really excited to jump in and try them. Honestly, I have no idea what I want to do with the future log at this point. I'm not really the kind of person who has a ton of events on the horizon all the time, and I don't really have anything coming up in 2018, not really work related, that I need to keep track of at this point, but I did want to leave that page open in case it's something I'm going to need in the future. Over here, I am starting my level 10 life spread. The video is going to cut out pretty soon here as well, so you'll kind of get to jump ahead and see how it turned out, but this was something I was so excited to try because I love just kind of keeping track of my own progress on different fronts in my life and see how I'm doing over time, and I always want to be striving to do better in the future and kind of push myself to achieve new goals. So it took me a while to figure out which things I wanted to track, but I'm pretty happy with the result. Reading was another obvious choice when it came to things I knew I wanted to track in 2018. I read a lot fewer books in 2017 than I usually do, and that makes me so sad. I am now so behind on my TBR pile, which is to be read. I have so many books I want to read, and that pile is just getting bigger and bigger every day. So I'm going to keep this spread pretty simple. I'm planning to just kind of write down the books as I read them to kind of see where I am in terms of how many books I've read in the year. Over on this next page, I just kind of freestyled and basically wanted to do a things I'm excited about in 2018 spread. I didn't even really finish it. This first one here is a list of books I still need to read for my book club. I've read most of the ones we're going to be talking about this year, but there are a few more I need to finish, so I figured I would write them down and always have them at the forefront of my mind so that I'm not reading them at the last possible minute. The rest of these things on this page are honestly pretty random, and I'm sure I'm going to go back and fill in a few more boxes over the course of the next week or so before the new year officially kicks off. Because my reading page is going to be a pretty solid just list of books I have read, I wanted to be a little more eclectic with this page and just have it turn out to be kind of a mishmash of things I am pumped about. The box I'm working on now are 2018 movie releases that I can't wait to see. There are a few really good ones, and I'm sure a few I've forgotten as well. Nothing on this page is set in stone. I'm sure there's going to be other things I'm really excited about in 2018. This is just kind of my getting excited about the new year page because I am so excited about the new year. 2017 had so many ups and downs. I got married, which was awesome and surprisingly unstressful, but I also had a lot of health issues, and my husband had some job things he had to kind of work through, and we had to make a big adjustment there. We moved at the end of the year. I had a ton of work stuff. We got to do a bit of traveling, so it was ups and downs, but hectic all the way through. So I'm really hoping for a bit more stability in 2018. I'd love to get back into a routine and a schedule and just kind of tackle each day head on, having some sort of idea about what to expect. This next box is for books I'm looking forward to being released in each month of the year. I didn't even finish filling it out. These books might not even necessarily be the book I am most excited about being released in that month. They're just ones I'm looking forward to, and I wanted to kind of have a place to write those down. So by the end of the spread, I will have something to look forward to in every single month in terms of reading. That little box there just says getting a new place because the place we just moved into is going to be kind of an interim thing. I'm sure we're not going to be here by the end of 2018, and I'm already so looking forward to getting to settle into a new place that belongs to me and to Matt and to Piper, our dog, and we can just kind of make it our own. By the time I finished up this page, a lot of the spaces were still empty, so if you guys have any ideas for little lists I can do for things I'm looking forward to in 2018, I would love to hear those because I just like having little tiny lists everywhere, and I'm sure that's And then finally, the last spread I worked on is very video game themed. I did a lot of bullet journal research and I didn't really see anything video game related. So this is a list of a bunch of games I either need to try because I already own them and have owned them for years and have never actually played them, or ones I want to finish. So basically I wrote down a list of 30 or so games, mostly on Steam, which is for PC games. There's a couple on the PlayStation and the Wii as well, and basically I am just writing them out in alphabetical order, and then I will go through and check off the ones that I play for at least an hour or two, long enough to get a real sense of the game. After I finish this list, you can kind of see a meter going up where I'll be able to keep track of my progress on that goal, filling it up by the end of the year, or at least that's the goal, and that's kind of all that spread is going to be. It's not terribly creative, but it's something I desperately need. Every time Steam has a sale, I buy a bunch of cheap games that sound really fun, and then I never find time to play them. So that is something I'm hoping to change a little bit in 2018. And yeah, there you have it. That is my 2018 pre-January setup. I'm sure I'll do a plan with me for January and probably fill in that blank page and maybe one more before then, but we'll see if any ideas come to me or I will just leave it for later. That's actually something I did at the bottom of this spread. I left 3 blank boxes in case there were any other games that I haven't played before that I wanted to try that would really still technically count towards this goal. So yeah, that is it for today. Thank you so much for planning with me. This was a lot of fun and I really enjoyed it. I'm hoping to do a lot more of these videos. You guys would not believe how excited I was when I realized that my existing tripod could point towards the table. I didn't think it could, and then I managed to film this with pretty much minimal headache. So hopefully I will be doing lots more of these in the future. Happy planning, and I'll see you next time.